Welcome to our week 2 lessons about coterminal angles, arc length, and area of a sector. We will start first with coterminal angles. These angles are angles in standard position that have a common terminal side, so they are called coterminal angles, and their measures differ by the multiples of 360 degrees or the 2 pi rad. Here is an illustration of coterminal angles. We have here 410 degrees and 50 degrees. So by just subtracting 360 from 410, we can obtain 50 degrees. So the 410 degrees is just one rotation more than 50 degrees, and they stop at the same side, or they have the same terminal side. So two angles are coterminal if and only if their degree measures differ by 360 k, where k is an element of z. Kaning k, ang pasabot-an niya is ang iyahang number of revolution or the number of rotation kung kapila siya ni tuyok. Similarly, two angles are coterminal if the radian measures differ by 2 pi k, where k is an element of the integer, So the same ra gihapon, ang k is mo ni siya ang number of rotation kung ikapila siya ni tuyo. So going back to the first illustration, 410 is just, since it is in degree form, we will use 360. So 410 times, kaisa raman siya naka-complete og tuyok, so we'll just 1 times 360. So that's why we obtain its coterminal angle nga 50 degrees. So if the angle is given in radian measure, dapat ang atong coterminal angle pod nga ihatag sa iyaha is in radian measure. Let's have some examples. Find the angle coterminal with negative 380 degrees that has a measure between 0 degrees and 360 degrees and between negative 360 degrees and 0 degrees. So from this description pa lang, makabalo na ta nga kaning number letter I, gipangita niya ang iyahang positive nga coterminal angle, while kaning isa, gipangita nato ang iyahang negative nga coterminal angle. Okay, so this is now the solution. Since that is a negative angle, it moves in a clockwise direction, and the angle negative 380 degrees lies in quadrant 4. Makita nato siya sa quadrant 4. Much better if ato siyang i-illustrate aron masabtan. Since it is 380 degrees, lamang lang siya og gamay sa 360. Since it is clockwise, so atong illustrate, this is 360, tapos lapas lang siya gamay og 20. So this is now our negative 380 degrees. So ikapila man siya nagtuyok, isa lang siya, no? So since it is negative, ato lang siyang iplasan og 360 degrees. So we obtained negative 20 degrees as its coterminal angle. So mo ni siya ang atong negative 20 degrees. Okay, while the other side, gipangita nato ang ihang positive nga coterminal angle just by looking at here. Kani siya. Taman lang diri ato na dayong makita nga 360 minus 20, that's 340 degrees kung mag-base na sa figure. Pero kung wala ta nag-base o figure, we will just add the 2 revolutions times the 2 revolutions to 380 degrees nga negative, and we have the result positive 340 degrees. So kani siya muni ato ang value ni k. So nagadepende na siya kung kapila siya nagtuyo, o nagadepende pod na siya sa imuhang sign. Di man ta pwede mag-minus ani kay mudako man hinuon siya ang value, which is mulapas na siya sa atong restriction na between negative 360 degrees and 0 degrees lang siya, and between 0 degrees and 360 degrees. So that's the first example. Let us proceed to letter B. Find the angle between 0 degrees and 360 degrees if in degrees or between 0 rad and 2 pi rad if in radians that is coterminal with the given angles. So we have 13 pi over 2 rad and 1036 degrees. So the first is in radian form. And we all know that the radian form is the 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. So we subtracted 13 pi over 2 with 3 times 2 pi. Meaning, ikatulod ay siya nakatuyok. If you find it difficult nga magngita og coterminal angles in radian form, you can convert this into degrees aron mas sayon para sa inyo ha. Okay, so we have 13 pi over 2 minus this one is equal to 6 pi and getting the common denominator. So 6 pi is equivalent to 12 pi over 2. So same na sa denominator, which we can subtract them now, and the result is pi over 2, or that's equal to 90 degrees. The second example, 1036 degrees minus 2 times 360 degrees, it's equal to 316 degrees. Okay, your question in mind might be yun sa pagkuha ang 2 asa gikan si 3 and others. Okay, asa na ko na siya gipangkuha? Actually, 13 over 2, we will just be dealing with numbers. Kini sa 13 over 2, gidivide lang na ko na siya og 2. 13 over 2 is just 6.5 divided by 2. The result is 3.25, or we will just take out the whole number na 3. Mo nang 3 akong gibutang din ha. Meanwhile, in here, 1036, ang 1036, i-divide lang na siya og 360. The result is 2.87. And we will just take out the whole number, which is 2. No? And muna din na siya atong gibutang as the value of our k. So muna na siya shortcut na to para makabaluta kung kapila siya nituyok without really illustrating them. Nga dili na ta mag-illustrate pa sa drawing kapila na siya nituyok, kay lisod mo po siya i-estimate. So we will just use that method. Ato lang siyang i-divide. Again, si 13 over 2, gi-divide lang siya og 2. 13 over 2 is equal to 6.5. Divided by 2, the answer is 3 kapin. Ang ato lang i-consider ana ang whole number only. So, muna na siya atong gi-multiply dire. The same with 1036, gi-divide na to og 360 para makabaluta kung kapila siya nituyok. And the rotation is about 2.8 kapin. And we will just consider the whole number. So, that's why we obtain this 2 and operate them, and we have the result. Okay. Next example, find the equivalent angle measure in degrees and in radians of an angle tracing 2 3/5 revolutions. So 1 revolution around a circle is equivalent to tracing 360 degrees. So ato lang siya i-multiply to 360 degrees. So we have 2 3/5, that's equivalent to 13 over 5 revolutions. And since in 1 revolution we have 360 degrees, so ang 2 3/5 revolution is equal to 936 degrees di ay siya. So ato din siyang i-convert into radians. Okay, so 936 times pi over 180, it's equal to 26 pi over 5 rad. If gusto na to pangitaon ng iyang coterminal angle, okay, 936 is about duha ka tuyukan kapin, no? Kay ano man, ang duha ka tuyukan is 720. So we'll just subtract 936 minus 720, and the result is 216 degrees. So this is coterminal with 216 degrees. Okay, so I think this is the last lesson about the last one for coterminal angle. See you in the next video about the discussion on the arc length in the area of the sector.